Donald Trump orders Boeing 737 MAX fleet grounded, as plane maker backs caution. ABC News Australi. U.S. aircraft manufacturer Boeing has recommended its entire global fleet of 737 MAX aircraft be grounded, after evidence collected from the scene of the fatal Ethiopian Airlines crash was made available to aviation authorities, and was the second disaster involving the Boeing 737 MAX 8 in less than 5 months. In October, the unexplained crash of a Boeing 737 MAX 8. The world's biggest plane maker is facing its most serious crisis in years, as the decades-old 737 series takes a severe blow to its prestige. America's Federal Aviation Authority (FAA) issued a statement overnight announcing it had ordered the grounding of all Boeing 737 MAX aircraft operated by U.S. airlines or in U.S. territory. The agency said new, enhanced satellite tracking data and physical evidence on the ground linked the Ethiopian jet's movements to those of an Indonesian Lion Air flight. That he would not detail the evidence found on the ground, saying the FAA was a party to the ongoing investigation. U.S.-based aircraft tracking firm Ariane provided satellite data to the FAA, Transport Canada, and several other authorities, company spokesperson Jesse Hillenbrand said. Ariane's space-based system can monitor data from aircraft equipped with automatic dependent surveillance broadcast ADS-B transponders. The agency's statement was issued shortly after U.S. President Donald Trump ordered that the planes be grounded, after earlier commenting that planes were becoming. Ethiopian Airlines chief executive Tawald Gebremariam told the Wall Street Journal the pilot had reported problems shortly after takeoff, but did not indicate a bird strike or any other external factors were involved. Boeing, which maintained that its planes were safe to fly, said in a statement that it supported the FAA's move to temporarily ground 737 MAX flights. Boeing. This is the second time the FAA has halted flights of a Boeing plane in 6 years. In 2013, it because of problems with smoking batteries. Coincidentally, once the grounding was lifted, shares of the Seattle-based company, which were up earlier in the session, fell 2% to $370.48 $522.15. The budget carrier Norwegian Air said it would seek compensation from Boeing over the grounding of its fleet, with CNN reporting that it was the first airline to do so. U.S. airlines that operate the 737 MAX including Southwest Airlines, American Airlines Group and United Airlines, said they were working to rebook passengers. Southwest is the world's largest operator of the 737 MAX 8 with 34 jets, while American flies 24 MAX 8s and United 14 MAX 9s. And this week, anonymous. Although there is no proof of any link between the incidents, fears about the jet's safety have spooked passengers. Travel website Kayak was making changes to let customers exclude specific aircraft types from searches, and booking sites were looking to reroute passengers. The grounding was welcomed by American Air workers, and the announcement came hours. Canada also grounded 737 MAX jets on Wednesday, also citing the data used by the FAA. Ariane's data is considered less detailed than that in black boxes, which look at systems running inside the plane. Germany's federal agency responsible for investigating air accidents said it would not analyze the damaged black boxes from the Ethiopian Airlines plane, casting uncertainty over the process of finding out what may have caused the disaster. The FAA said the black boxes were headed to France later on Wednesday. The chairman of the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, Democrat Peter DeFazio, called for a probe into why the 737 MAX received certification to fly. There. If you have inside knowledge of a topic in the news. After days of dramatic votes in the House of Commons, here's what happens next. Travel is stressful enough at the best of times, let alone when a major aircraft manufacturer starts having problems. Here's how you might. Friends with benefits relationships are quite common today and span across many age ranges. But unless it is in the thick of winter, Ben and Victoria lived without water and electricity in a tool shed to dodge hefty rental prices. 18 months later, they bought their first home.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.